There is a new, simple, and workable technique to avoid distractions known as DPA. And when you take advantage of this, you can find yourself overcoming distractions easily and productive in your daily routine. So what happens if you ignore this video? Well, let's just say you're missing out on a tons of simple and workable technique that will help you be more productive and organized in your daily life. Recent statistics reveal that distraction causes a massive loss in productivity. That's to say that a typical manager is interrupted every 8 minutes, and employees generally spend 28% of their time dealing with unnecessary interruptions and trying to get back to work. But there are distractions that are capable of derailing your progress and productivity, and that's what I'm about to share with you in this video. So in this video, I'll show you the step-by-step process on how you can shun distraction and do more with less. This technique I'm about to share with you is entirely new, so keep watching. What now? There is something we all have access to as humans, and that's 24 hours in a day and 365 days in a year. The bad news is that you cannot get more or less than 24 hours. For some, 24 hours is just enough for them to achieve their daily tasks, while others are unable to achieve their tasks within 24 hours. So what's the difference? The difference, however, lies in your ability to manage your time properly. But a major impediment to this time management is often distraction. So what exactly is distraction? Distractions are things or activities that keep you away from achieving your original goal for the day or season. It is impossible to identify distractions when you do not know what you want to do with yourself or your day. So back to the technique I promised to share with you, which is DPA. This stands for Declustering your mind, P stands for Planning yourself, and A stands for Abstinence. So here is a step-by-step process on how you can implement the technique. Stay with me. First, you have to decluster your mind. You have to give yourself some space. By giving yourself some space, you have more time to focus on things that are so important. You have more time to figure things out mentally. You cannot always cluster your mind and expect to be more productive. It is completely impossible. Cluster and distractions go hand in hand, which often lead to zero productivity. So every piece of cluster in your mind is the individual source of distraction. A cluster-free mind equals a productive mind. So thinking about too many things at the same time will always distract your mind. That's when you have to give yourself some space to relax, loosen up a bit, breathe in and out, and be more aware of your mental health. And this will help you focus and be more productive than you already did. But here's the warning: you have to be careful not to do too much of this so that you will not eventually become sluggish and lazy in your daily routine. So here's a tip: have just enough of space and get back to work. This brings me to the next technique, which is planning. Always have a concrete plan. It is best you plan out each day a night before, and that's when you are more relaxed and more likely to think straight. When you plan your day a night before, you will see distraction for what they truly are, which is something that will halt your progress and would eventually keep you from sticking to the schedule you have planned. The best way to plan yourself is to get things off your mind. I don't know about you, but there are too many things on my head that I certainly can't remember all unless I write them down. So you may also consider writing them down if you are like me. And so once you are done for the day, take time to write out things you want to achieve the next day. Also, in planning, I suggest you build a trustable and workable system, a system you are accountable to. Well, you could set your friends as your accountable system, or get yourself a mentor that shows will hold you accountable. which is one of the things I do personally. Next, you have to be aware of the events and things that easily distract you, because it is completely impossible to solve a problem you are unaware of. And we live in a world of unending distractions, from technology that keeps you connected to the world, to gossip posts, to games, to entertainment and pleasure. So the modern life that we live in is at a limelight full of distractions. And the unfortunate news is that these distractions would always keep increasing. Therefore, you will be smarter and safer when you identify those things that easily distract you. For me, it is surely my social media and my smartphone. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'm not feeling the vibe for work today, so I'm going to go do something fun. And then before I realize it, I go to Facebook, 20 minutes of my time is gone. Then comes an hour of mindless watching of a handful of videos on Netflix. So immediately I identified that I was able to overcome my distraction. So be more aware of the things that distract you and know when to let them go. This is the first step you need to take for you to be more productive. And this brings me to the next technique, which is abstinence. So it is wise to abstain from those things that distract you and limit your productivity, because productivity is not about doing more. It is actually about making more use of your time. It is completely about being effective. So to be more productive, you need to create an environment for yourself in which you can work without having your attention pulled in different directions. And this includes understanding how those events and behaviors or thoughts distract and limit your productivity. In today's fast-paced, technology-reliant world, it can be tougher than ever to focus on important activities without getting distraction. Because many of our thoughts, behavior, and devices eventually become hindrances to our productivity. So you need to recognize how much you've lost due to negligence of this. But in case your distraction is the internet, I suggest you try going offline until you've achieved your tasks, because a phone buzzing with notification in itself is a distraction. So set your smartphone aside and check it occasionally for important information from work. And that's when you can be completely productive. Don't forget the DPA technique, which means declustering your mind, planning yourself, and abstaining from those events or things that easily distract you. If you know anyone who is easily distracted and need these tips, feel free to share with them. And if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel right now. If you want to see more great videos, kindly check out my playlist. So which of those techniques are you likely to use first? Is it the D or the P or the A? Let me know by leaving me a comment right now.